Wow, this is awesome. I want to
Yeah.
specially welcome every one of you to Lockdown Chronicles. Chronicles, it looks like the Bible, Chronicles. I have great people that will deal with this matter, not be my matter. If you know you're outside Nigeria, we probably might be mixing up with some pidgin. Just bear with us. We are all businessmen here, comedians, pastors. Sometimes we might just deviate. Please bear with us. This hangout is not for plenty talk. It's for gist. I have great men here. I will allow them to introduce themselves. I don't want to introduce them because they are bigger than me. They are all big boys. See elders. Reverend, I can see you.
Yeah.
Basket mouth, yeah, yeah. Oh, no man. So let me throw the floor now. Oh yeah, when I introduce myself one by one.
Yes, sir.
Let me start with. I want to live long, so let me start with Reverend. Please introduce yourself very well for us to understand.
my my name is Odi. Um, I'm the pastor of Church of God Mission at Oniru in the Lekki part of Lagos. So I think that's fine for an initial intro. Maybe I
Yeah?
should add that I'm a father and a husband, but you know how it be. So I'm all of those things.
Okay, Reverend. We know you as a Reverend. We also know you as a very, very playful person. The kind of caliber of people you have here. You have on the man. Some of the men they worry. You have basket mouth, an international person. That way, you not get personality again. Than a basket mouth. So I want you to feel free. I don't expect you to preach the Bible here. Say we are the pastors, but please don't preach for us here. Just tell us waiting day. You understand?
I mean, we're going to talk about Lockdown Chronicles, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of interesting stories to pop up. But I mean, it's good to see my friends. It's good to see you. I don't like calling him basket mouth when we are in private. Like, let me call him, for the purpose of this, let me just call him basket mouth. It's good to see you, basket mouth. And it's good to see you, Onome, so let me not call you the nicknames, the private nickname. Let me just acknowledge you guys, in public, by your public persona.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say? I've been a pastor for a few years. I'm also an author lately. I've done my first 50 years on earth. Yes. I don't know. I mean, come on. Pass it on to people like them
Okay.
Onome and
Okay,
they're
Reverend.
very
Thank
good
you,
at
thank you, thank you, thank you. Your CV not be here. Onoma, please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Onome Brute. I'm a father of two lovely girls. I'm an oil trader. I play football. I'm chairman Lagos State Badminton Association.
Good. Okay, we have the fourth person in the studio here with us. Guy, introduce yourself quickly.
My name is Bright Opocha. Most people call me Basket Mouth. I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm a content troublemaker. Did my introduction just cut off the internet?
That was kind of cracky. So yeah. So can you run that again for us?
Yeah. Let me do it again. I think I might have to move from my. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello? Is it better now?
We can hear you. Yeah, it's getting better.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Good.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, okay. My name is okay. Good. My name is Bright Basket Mouth, Bright Opocha. I'm a stand-up comedian and also content creator, an actor, and that's it.
Okay. Okay. The die is cast. I will just roll from here. No much protocol. Thank you, House of Praise, for bringing this. Okay, I'll just talk to Reverend first. As a Reverend, you are like a father, yeah. So without waste of time, we just want you to tell us, some of your experiences in the lockdown. Just give us a brief. We'll dig deep, but just give us small brief first. Small brief.
Yeah, it was a very interesting period for me. For one thing, even though the churches were on lockdown, it was as if I was busier than most times. It was a very busy period for me. And then, of course, one had to learn a lot of new things in this time. So it was a time to learn a lot of new things. It was very engaging. It was a time when one had to also be conscious about, conscious of our people who would be vulnerable, to try to reach out to, those who are vulnerable, and to try to make sure that they don't drop through the cracks. Because, yeah, it's very easy, in a time like this for you to be self-absorbed. But, it was very important for me to look beyond myself and my immediate family, and to look to the people who in my church, and not only those in my church, but those in the larger community which I belong to. So it was a busy period, very busy. I was deeply conscious of the fact that even though it was a lockdown, it was not a holiday.
Okay, we are going to go deep into this topic, but I want to talk to Basket Mal before I go to Onome. Basket Mal, when we were in school, I know you can't remember me now. When we were in school, 97, we're doing diploma then. You small now. You were small. How come all of a sudden you metamorphose into what happened? Can you just give us a brief? This is not lockdown.
Okay.
Now, just give us a brief quickly. Let's get to know you better.
Okay, 97 to date. It's been a journey. We all know. That was about the same time I started doing comedy. Onometu was around that time. Yeah.
For DSW, you small now. For Ekosodi.
Exactly. Yeah. But the thing is, in as much as I was very active in school, and I was, to a large extent, people started knowing my name, but that wasn't what I wanted. I wanted to step out of that, environment. I wanted to take it outside. I didn't want to be on top of the bottom. I didn't want to be the superstar in a small community. And not like I wasn't doing it for the fame either. I was doing it because I actually loved the work. And it moved from that point. I think if God blessed, I can't say if God, God that blessed me, I think one of the things that he saw was my heart. It was the desire that I had, because it was genuine. So I didn't do it for the money. When they paid me my first money, I was shocked. Onome is here. He knows that he never paid. Onome never paid. But we used to do all those things for the love of it. And I think the payback is what we are experiencing now. Because if I tell you that I know what I did from when it started till now, it's a lie. Everything just formed its way. Do you understand?
Wow.
Like everything just formed its way. And for one move I made, it was like a ripple effect. Hard work is there. You understand? Talent without hard work, we know what it is now. So yes, in as much as the talent was there, in as much as I knew that God was supporting me, I still did not relent. I didn't go like, oh, make I relax. So for every step, I met Alibaba, and the way I met, that was in an interesting story. Onome, we remember, is here. This story, I don't know if you remember. The first time Alibaba came to school, you remember, it was 1997. It was 97. Someone paid the gate fee. It was 20 naira then. No, 5 naira, 5 naira. And he said, Bright, I want you to watch this guy. Since you are doing comedy, watch this guy and learn. So
That
I
was when
watched
your
him.
music career failed. When your music
That was
career
when my music career.
Yeah. Because Bright used to rap. I remember. He used to rap.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
He
yeah.
never talks about that part. I don't know why.
I talk about it. I talk about it. So
He
career,
actually talks about it.
I talk about it.
Yeah,
So the
I mean,
music career
he's told me a bit about it before.
So that was when the career just finished. So when I watched Ali Baba perform, the next year, I now said I wanted him to see me perform. So what I did, with the help of Samson Ohiomo High, Monomenda is here, and other show promoters in school, I plugged my way into different shows because I wanted the big promoters to see me and put me on the same bill that Ali Baba was on. So that day came. At that day came, I was opportune to be on the same bill. The time they put me to perform, it was too early. Ali Baba will not see me. So I begged the promoters to delay my performance till it was time for Ali Baba to perform. So that was what happened. Ali performed right after me, so he saw me. So after I finished performing, and I went to stand where he would see me again. So I stood there, and he saw me and he said, "Great performance. Here's my card. Call me." So when people say, "Oh," then they wait for the opportunity. Yeah, you're wasting your time. You can create it. So what I did, I created the opportunity with the help of God, and I've been creating opportunities since that time to now. So yes, that's the story so far.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Onome is kind of off right now. I wanted to ask him questions.
I'm here.
Okay,
I'm not
Onome.
off.
Okay, you are here.
Because Bright they talk, say in career fail, and say I help and meet Ali Baba on off me.
Onome, not verse. I see that you've been provoking, seriously provoking.
It's Bright that's provoking me. I can't making speech in English. Bright.
No flex.
Okay, Onome, you are a businessman today, and by the grace of God, you are also the man behind the Badminton Association of Lagos State here. You are someone that has traveled. You know, we grew up together. I know you very well. I know you reach every part. You know, so I want you to tell us. Oh, no, Reverend, take it easy. Would they enter the mainstream small? I want you to tell us, how did you experience this COVID-19? Because I know you have a wife that is very busy. Your wife, you know, on a normal day, she travels everywhere around the world. You have two children and as well. So how did you manage as a businessman to survive, to manage your relationship, to manage those Isoko girls that you have in the house?
Okay, first of all, Basket Mouth and my wife, they are in the same business. They travel a lot. That are their way of making Malachi into the ministry. Those of us that are trying to survive through Agabagebe and making a wealth, we decided to respect ourselves, to manage the little we have during the lockdown, so that there will be room in the storehouse to survive after the lockdown. Lockdown was a terrible experience. Now, small remain. One SMS, one send Bright, make it send me 1 million. Now, small remain. Network issue.
Thank God, the network.
You know, it was not funny. It was not funny, but somehow God made a way. Funny enough, I was able to do one or two things in faraway Port Harcourt during the lockdown.
Wow.
But like Reverend Odi will tell you, there was a certain big man in Delta State who was trying to wreck my career. He was trying to destroy my business. He held my money. He's held my money since January 16th till today. He's not finished paying, and it was a real struggle. So, because I know I couldn't enter depression, and because I didn't want people like Reverend Odi to go to the mountain in COVID to pray, and I didn't want Basket Mouth to block my number because of request of help, I now took solace in running. I started by walking 8 kilometers per day. Then I started running 4 kilometers per day. Today, I run as much as 20 kilometers, 15 kilometers. I was weighing 115 kg. Now I weigh 94.7 kg.
Oh, wow.
So
wait. 100 and what?
running.
100 and...
I was weighing 2 bags of cement.
And they write them down for record purpose outside this show.
To make it easy. But now they will have bag of cement. You know? So
Wow.
I got my friends to join in the exercise and in the running schedule. And today we have about 57 of us doing the run 4 times a week. We call ourselves the 4-kilometer gang. And a lot of us are now very fit and we're healthy. That is what we did in lockdown. That was the gain of this lockdown. We started running.
Wait first. Onome, wait. Reverend Odi.
Yes.
Onome, they indirectly talk to you or they talk to Bright because they talk about this jogging. Cannot say Reverend, get small body. Now you they talk to Ona Bright.
No, you know, believe me, Doke. It's just that maybe I've not been measuring my weight, but during this lockdown period, I started walking. I don't talk about it. It's not something I really advertise, but there are many days I do a minimum of 10 kilometers.
So
I've also lost some weight, yeah.
Okay, Bright. Wait, Bright, basket mouth, wait first. Do you need to go back to Egypt?
Yeah?
Do you need to go back to Egypt? Your matter, I know your matter, not be today. You don't need jogging now.
No, I don't need to. I don't need to run for my life.
Okay, behave.
I only run for my life.
So you know if you get gang like Onome, they jog from Lekki to Ibeju Lekki every day.
No need.
You know,
oh boy, if you see where during this lockdown, if you see where Onome they post jogging things, if you not get confidence, you go lose confidence. Onome go post person way big like this. The next thing you go say 2 months later, the person dey like this for inside lockdown.
I don't they worry. All those things don't disturb me. I get Bible verse for all those things. Bible say the sinner run when no man pursue. So anybody I just dey waka. That's all I do. No Bible get problem with waka, but the people they run, those ones they get problem.
Okay. I think this is getting interesting. During this lockdown, there are some protocols that were introduced by the government. You have to wash your hands, you have to wear face masks, you need to sanitize your hands and all that. Do we have lessons from these things? What are the lessons that you and I can say we learned from these protocols that were introduced? Because normally we are supposed to be washing our hands. Normally we are supposed to be doing these things, but these things came like bottleneck. So how can we say we've been able to adapt, or what are the lessons that we've been able to learn from these protocols that the government has introduced? Reverend, make I hear from you, because you're a pastor church now. Imagine you carry face mask enter church.
I for like make Bright go ahead for this one. Bright, feel free.
Oh yeah, Bright. Talk first.
No, with I like to be honest. Yes, I like the fact that he was introduced. Because I've been complaining about that thing for a long time. We are exposed to the fans a lot. So when they see us, even the ones that are just coming out from the bathroom, they'll see us and say, basket, have fun. They want to use that same hand and they've not washed their hand. And they want to shake you, And those things, if you don't shake them now, they'll say uniform. So now that it is compulsory for you to wash your hand, so now then also there are some times that some people will not brush their teeth. And it's hard for you to tell them. It's very difficult for you to tell a friend of yours that, oh boy, your mouth is smell. But now, with the mask, they will know by themselves. Now they come outside from house, and they go house back, go brush teeth, come back. So it has changed. It has actually changed a lot of things. But to be honest, it kind of improved our the way the cleanliness of people, our hygiene.
Yeah.
It kind of
Yeah.
improved it. Yeah, it totally improved it. And at the same time, it contained Nigerians were always in a hurry, right? Like it has
Mm-hmm.
also contained that right now, and armed robbers too. It stopped armed robbery cases for a while, you know, because all those people that want to pickpocket or tell you bring your phone, once they want to take your phone, they will have to sanitize the phone too. So, so, so I'm just kidding now. I'm just kidding. But to be honest, all those things that they put in place, it helped. But to a large extent, if you look at the numbers, if we want to be serious, now if you look at the numbers, just they were projecting that America may hit 410,000 by January,
Yes.
and
Mm.
Nigeria is still struggling between 1,100. It's either we did it too well or we are just built. You understand? We've been too exposed to to worse illnesses. I won't lie to you. Uh, the bad governance has killed more people than the virus.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think that's the reason why Nigerians are just so immune to it. I think we face worse things in life. So yeah, I'm just happy that at
Okay.
the end of the day, by the end of the day,
Yeah.
things are getting better and people are getting cleaner.
Yeah. True, true, true. Okay, okay. I just want to take our minds back to when the lockdown started. I know the government to a great extent was talking about landlords should take it easy with their tenants, and nobody should increase their tenancy and all that. But I want to announce to you, inside this COVID, my house rent they increase them. My
Fuel
shop
too.
never
Fuel
my shop
price.
never expire. My landlord don't stand, send me paper. Say, when am I packing? For my shop, my business, inside this COVID. So I don't know the experiences with others. I don't know, like for basket mount, I know your kind of trade. So we are going to come to that. For Reverend OD, as a pastor, I know some of the constraint. I'm also a minister, so I know how it flows. But for him, he's a senior pastor. So Reverend OD, can you tell us how were you able to, manage, the entire process, in terms of people don't come to church. As a pastor, I don't know if you do business, but what can you tell us? How did you cope with this season?
Yeah. I'll give a I'll give I'll give a multifaceted answer to you. So first of all, from a personal perspective, um, even though I'm a pastor, I was a banker for many years. So it's not as if I'm exactly living from hand to mouth or something. So yes. So but I mean, there's no billionaire sitting down in my bank account, but I'm not hungry. So yes. So
Fantastic,
I was
fantastic.
fine. So that
Wow.
helped me because what it meant was that I could take away focus from myself and put it on, like I said earlier on, those in my community, in my churches, the churches that I supervise, who are most vulnerable. And there are quite a number of people. From our churches, for example, I know that we had to send out a lot of food. I had to make sure that some of my pastors who are also more vulnerable, I had to try to make provisions for them.
Wow.
You see, because a lot of times, when people think about pastors, they think about private jets. But the number of pastors that have private jets in Nigeria, I don't know whether they reach 10. But
But me, I get to Reverend. I get private jet for night. I dey sleep at times. I dey see myself. I dey go
my brother,
US. I dey go.
I want beg you, make you don't tell us the name of the jet, but you're gonna spill. so but but I was trying to say that for every one pastor who who's a big who has a big profile, who's a big pastor, there are probably 1,000 others who are struggling. This period, for example, I had a couple of pastors reach out to me. They're not even part of our denomination or church, but they reached out to me. One of them said to me, "I don't have any food to eat." I don't have any food to eat, and I have a family. So, I know even if you ask me where you foresee my number, I just, once I had a persuasion once I spoke with him a bit, and once I had a persuasion that there was a genuine, need for help, I had to reach out, but we're kind of structured in the way we did things. Because of the lockdown, for example, it would have been difficult for people to come to church to pick up food. We had an active food kitchen. It was very active throughout this period of the lockdown, and I was very involved, my wife as well, where I was carrying bags of rice from market to church, and, we're splitting it up into portions that we could then, use for the families. We're trying to make provisions. We're providing like meals to cover for as much, maybe like 2 weeks at a time, because we weren't too sure how how long it was going to last, and so on. So on a corporate side, there was all of that. And then contrary to popular belief that, the major reason why churches, meet is so that the pastors can collect the tithes and offerings.
We could not go there, Reverend. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Well, I mean, it is what it is, right? Okay, so a lot of things, that turned out to be very helpful this period. We started meeting online to pray, and my folk in church, they wanted us to pray every day. Even me, with the pastor, I fear when they're talking every day.
Wow.
So when we did the first week, I was thinking that they will relent. So when it was the start of the next week, I kind of slowed down to see, whether people will follow up their pastor. And honestly, I got followed up.
Okay, so, Reverend, I just give you 1 minute so that we can quickly touch on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had to start praying online, and even when the lockdown ended, my folk reached out to me and said, "Look, Pastor, whatever you do, you're not going to stop this online one. We're going to continue to pray." So we still do all of that. It was a tough period, for a lot of people. Yeah. But one of the things I also did on a personal level, I called my children. I've got children at different stages. I have one who is writing WAEC. I have a son who is in 300 level right now, and then I have one who's in primary school. So I get children for different level.
Wow.
But I called them, and we had a conversation at the beginning of the whole thing. And I told them, I said, look, first of all, we can make the most of this. I told them, I said, I doubt very much that we are ever going to have an opportunity like this again as a family, where all of us will be locked down in one small space for 3-4 months at a time.
Yeah.
And so it makes a lot of sense for us to see how many good memories we can create, because these are the things that you carry into the future. Yeah. So I encourage my children to talk to themselves. I encourage them to talk to us, their parents. Sometimes we'll pull them into our room, and 5 of us will just sit down there and we'll talk about anything. Then we make sure that we're eating at least 1 meal together. Sometimes 2 meals, but we try to make sure we have dinner together. Then around the dinner table, we have conversations. So what we did was every day, one child, or one person. So it could be me, it could be anybody, but we had a roster. So every day, one person will bring up a conversation. Anything that interests you, talk about it. So, for example, my son talked about artificial intelligence and machine learning. My last born, who's in primary school, talked about what he thought would be the social impact of coronavirus. My daughter spoke about things like attitude and stuff like. So it was anything. It was a no holds barred type of conversation. Okay. Anything they wanted to talk about, we'll talk about it. So, but essentially, we wanted to make sure that we're both learning and creating more memories that we could carry into our future. So that's some of the stuff.
Okay, Reverend, thank you. Say you be pastor. If I give you more time now, the message go continue. So on the men's network has been up and down. So let's quickly give him opportunity to talk. So we don't know when the next network going to come back. So let's give him opportunity to talk. Onome, for you were in Lagos during the lockdown. I know that you had 1 or 2 times where you needed to leave Lagos, and based on who you be, you were able to go through that process. I know some stuff, but I want you to share with us, how did you run through your lockdown season in terms of your relationship with your wife, the beautiful children that you have, how you're able to make those few trips that you did. Just in 2 minutes, just give us, let's just get to know how you did yours. Yeah. Onoma, you did sleep?
Network.
Jesus, network again.
It's network.
And in freeze, he's looking at me. Onome, now you would talk to. Okay, Basket, Moke will go your side. Yeah, we know your business now. We know what you do. I don't know finish. I don't know, but I know the one that everybody knows.
Yeah.
How were you able to financially survive? Because some of them don't get shows like you be international figure. You get shows everywhere, all over the world. I know one notable place I will always remember is O2 Arena, in the UK. I know you've been everywhere, but for this period, no show, nothing, no Esusu, nothing. How did you survive, Basket Mouth?
Yeah. There was I never finished. Me and Pastor, we have unfinished conversations actually.
Yeah.
During the lockdown, we were talking, and I told him one thing. I said that I have never been so blessed.
Wow.
See, yeah, trust me. When they say, they say sometimes the one with the bad for some people, they favor some people. It kind of favored me because last year I had mentioned even to Pastor that this year, 2020, I wasn't going to travel. That I wanted to be grounded in Nigeria. And I wanted to create content. So as at January, when I was promoting my show, I think maybe the first week in January, and I announced that the London show was going to be my last show and my last comedy show. But why I said that was because I wanted to just stop and stay grounded. Then I started meeting clients in my mind because I was following the pattern. I thought that the reason why the turnout for shows was declining was based on the fact that the economy was bad. Yeah. And I was right. So I went to clients. I was like, you know what? I've been following the pattern. The amount of publicity I give to sell 3,000 tickets has increased. Yeah. Which means something is wrong. Now, if we take our shows online, we can reach more people. Yeah. And your brand will be more exposed to bigger, you understand? The reach is going to be way bigger. So I walked up to all these clients. Most of them, they were like, yeah, great idea. But they didn't get back to me. 2 weeks later, the pandemic hit. Boom. The same day that they locked Lagos was the same day I got approval for most of the content. Because immediately they were about to do the lockdown. All the brands I had spoken with, they all started calling me, yo, Basket, that thing you were talking to us about, is it still on? Can we still jump on it? And that's how I got all my things sorted. So yeah, I was busy all through lockdown. I've never been this busy in my life,
Wow.
So I think God gave me a vision. I think God just said, you know what, my boy, you know what, let me just, you don't suffer small. When I take care of you small.
Another thing again, Basket Mouth, another thing again, we say, sometimes we feel that it's someone that has been given the prophetic office that is a prophet. Do you know that God just used you? God has given you revelation. God gave you a good vision, but people that the customers and clients, they didn't understand. They didn't know that a prophet was talking. So Reverend Odi, make bride kneel down for online.
That's how I wanted to meet. That's how I wanted to meet with Pastor Odi because
no worry, me and Bright talk now offline.
Now offline.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how I wanted to meet Pastor Odi because
now then
yeah, not yet. It was because of the way it happened. The way it was.
Mm.
I'm going to Pastor. I'm going to come around. I bet no vex. This week was terrible. So
I know
it was the way it
fit.
happened. Yeah, it was the way it happened. So it was really a blessing. It wasn't just for me. It was even for the people that were working on the project those projects that I created, because they too were busy, and I was happy with the fact that it was coming and it was going to them and it was going to their family. So it wasn't just, I think God didn't only answer my prayers. I think He answered all other prayers.
Mm.
Linked
Mm-hmm.
to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it was a good. I won't say it was. I can't be happy because people go vex
Mm.
for me, but I know if he dey cry now, if God bless him.
Aha. Aha. Aha.
Uh-huh.
Okay. 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 Yeah, Onome, Basketman, sorry. Onome, you don't there
No,
with
near
us.
back.
I can see his face. I can see the silhouette, but I can't see Onome himself. Onome, are you here with us? Okay, he's still not back. Okay, but we can see his face. We can see. Okay, Onome, are you here? Onome not on to two.
Yes, I think I'm back.
Okay, you be two
Hey.
now. You don't dualize.
I don't come out. I don't.
Okay, so Onome,
Nigeria.
before your network go again, eh? Yeah. Okay, so please tell us. You hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
clearly.
Okay. Okay. So put your ear well, eh? We want you to tell us, just share with us some of the experiences that you think they are either positive or negative with your family. You are somebody that you travel a lot. Your wife also, she's into event management. How were you guys able to survive this period? For the first time, you guys were together for months, like 6 months together. Every day you see your wife. Share with us experiences, please.
Okay, first and foremost, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, first and foremost, starting the exercise, which I kicked off on the 1st of February. So the lockdown only made sure that I could do it better and with more people. When you finish such exercises and you come back, you just get tired. So what naturally happened then was that we started watching series together. Um, we started, praying together. We started gisting together. We started hanging out together. And we now formed a habit whereby my first daughter, who plays football very well, we both started playing football together inside the compound, and I started teaching her some basic skills and how to shoot and all of that. So basically, what happened was it was more of like a family time. We had time where we could actually do things together. The children loved so many games that they were teaching us, and when we tell them that in our time we used to play these games, they laugh and like it was so absurd and archaic the way we used to play those games. The way they play Ludo is not the way we used to play Ludo. The way they play Ayo is not the way we used to play Ayo. And when we started telling them about the tabletop telephones, they laughed and laughed and laughed. I was like, who uses such a thing to talk? So we just started telling them things that we used to do in our time and things they used to do. And funny thing is, a game like Siwe, they play Siwe now, but just it's totally different from what we play. So
Yeah.
it was just a time for us getting to know the children better. It was a time for us getting to know how they reason, the things they like, and the things that they don't like, and teaching them how to cook. They did their laundry. There are days when I say, okay, you know what, take care of the house. Let's see how you do it. And just because they are girls, we just want to see how they were. But I'll share a secret here today. My wife, that never used to stay at home, did not leave our bedroom. I'm not saying the house. Our bedroom. She did not go downstairs for 3 months. When she hear today say this person died, she will move from the bed to the walkway closet and pack and start staying there. When she hear again that this one is dead, she will move to toilet and start staying there. She had palpitations and
Hey. Okay.
And the truth is still now, if you tell Funke that you are doing a job, she did so many funerals outside Lagos. she wouldn't go before. We are doing this event in Uri. We are doing this event in Kafachan. We are doing this event in Zanzibar. We are doing this event in Mauritius. Other one don't finish. So now they do event on Zoom. Then she started doing Instagram live. So I now said, wait, so you mean say event planner feel gentle? It was a miracle, you know. So basically, those things we did during lockdown. Then I also did some things with Reverend OD, Kirikiri prison, the female prison. They had a crisis one time. Their borehole went bad. They needed food stuff. We sorted that out with my friend in Spark Nation, Pastor Toby Adegboyega. Our fellowship, Christian Fellowship International, we help most of our fellowship members with food items. All my football clubs, we did CSR for our members who couldn't afford some basic food stuff. We did things for our community. Myself, Nathan Abasi, one of my friends, and I was safe. Funny enough, we took care of the boys on our street because they now started doing roadblocks, you know, stopping cars and taxing cars and collecting toll. But you know, we started feeding them. We were feeding them twice a day. We fed them for about 37 days before the lockdown eased. You know, we just did basically those kind of little things to help people. But what we made sure we did was the lockdown taught us something very key, that we must treat those who are closer to us with much love, because if we do not show them love and we show outsiders, those with us will hurt us more. So we decided to treat those with us with much love, and then we now took it outside for others that we could help. So basically, that was a summation of what we did.
Okay,
you know.
okay, good.
Right, and doing things online and making money. But like I've always said, the day I ready for bright,
Okay. To every one of our panelists here and to our viewers, we are going to go on a very short break. This is courtesy of House of Praise, CGMI. So just hang on, don't go away, don't go away. We are still live with you. We have Reverend OD, we have Basket Mount, we have Onomeo Brute, and we have my humble self, Dr. Omagomi. So just hang on. Studio, run our shows. Don't be free. Run the commercials. Now not get commercials. Don't be free. Run them. Oh yeah now.
Everyone is created special, unique. There's only one you, and God has never ever created a nobody, because He has deposited something inside of you that is different, that is unique, that is all yours. In House of Praise, you find expression to display that uniqueness, that special thing that God has deposited in you. This is a place where you display your talent. This is a place where you display your expertise, and you express yourself in service and worship and praise to God the Father. House of Praise is a place of deliverance, of salvation, and cleansing.
Okay, we are back. Thank you, House of Praise, for bringing us this juicy topic for us to dissect. Okay, our commercials are still on. We still have commercials. Our ACC don't they grow. It don't they grow.
Yeah,
before only one. Before only one advert, now it don't plenty. This ministry is moving. Okay. More brands. More they advertise here. More brands. You don't finish. Okay. Okay, it's still there. What could they look at? It's still there. More there.
Don't they tell you about these commercials?
They go pay me now. They not tell me. Don't worry. We will settle them outside this place.
I don't count 62 adverts.
We'll go settle them.
Which car 62?
Right, 63 now. Serious now.
I use car 62 now. No magic.
Okay.
My network is slow.
Welcome back, everybody. My plan was for us to spend more time to really dissect this topic, but from what I'm seeing, we have just 15 minutes to wrap up this show. I don't know if they can reschedule us for this, but I don't think they can also do that. So let's quickly see what we can do with 15 minutes. Okay, so during this lockdown, we heard about the spike in physical abuse and all sorts of low in marriages and relationships all over. Even in Lekki, I heard of a very very critical case. Some out of the lockdown, some we had divorce cases. We had cases where people abuse their spouses in different ways, diverse ways. Okay, so for everyone here, the panelists here, from Reverend Odi, Basket Mouth, or Nome, what are the lows that you can talk about here? The experiences. Did you get better with your spouse? Every one of you here, you are all married. Did you get better with your spouse? Your relationship better? Because there are some people that their relationships are being crawling. So during this lockdown, the whole thing are exposed. So can you just give us in one minute, just share with us what are the lows and the highs that you can explain to us here as part of your experiences? Let me start with Reverend Odi.
Yeah, I think we got better, but already, my wife and I, we're quite close. You all know. I mean, you've known me for a long time, Doctor. You've known me for a long time, Onome. You guys have known me for a very long time. You were both at my wedding. You know that my wife was my friend. It wasn't like one babe that I toasted and then.
Reverend, we hear it's true. It's true.
Onome, behave.
Onome, you are on a live show. Behave. You are on a live show. Behave. Be gentle for once.
The last time I checked, I see senior you, and the girl where I feel call you go now. You know they talk like this.
Reverend, if not village, we day on the map for the knee down, they serve you drink.
There's nothing you can do.
One person of the ancestor. So if I summon, I go see if I cancel of elders, now he go fall in line, but make I leave her first.
I beg, no need, I beg.
Yeah, I mean, so we're always friends. We talk about everything. My wife and I, we don't really have it. We don't have borders. They're not a lot of things. We don't have areas that we talk about everything pretty much. So much so that sometimes if they wonder when she asks me some kind of questions, and wow, we don't like this every man they tell you talk to their wife because you don't get in their way. I feel just say make I hold this one first.
Yeah.
And I not get near that, say make I just hold this side first. May I not talk. You go say, where they go? Why they go out now? Who you go see?
Your wife don't see you finish your reverend.
My brother, any man will don't put cloth for his wife. They don't see her finish. So I be you wear boxers. They don't see you finish too. All of us they don't see you finish.
Okay, Basket Mount. I noticed that most of you guys in the front burner of entertainment and all that. I noticed that most of you are becoming so romantic with your spouses. For your case, I don't know. How was it? Can you share with us?
No, the thing is, me and my wife, just like me and my wife, we've been friends for a very long time, and because of the decision I had taken from the beginning of the year, I was already grounded, so she was already enjoying me being around. The only thing now is that Pastor said I'm even going to discuss.
It's as if you're lying, no? Stable now.
I'm not lying. At this stable, I want to even talk to Pastor about this one because the problem now with this thing is that because of I've been around for too long. Now, if I just want to step out, just to go somewhere for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. Where are you going to? Babe, I used to travel. I used to travel for a month. Now she don't forget say last year day or last 2 years. So that's my problem. So what I want to do, if the lockdown opens up, I will travel for 6 months just to refresh my memory. I need her to know who I used to be.
You're not serious.
I don't tire. I don't be come out again. But so far so good. It's been amazing.
Brad, I know your words, you not fit tire.
I know be tired.
Now this one, that they call do or die.
Do or die. If I make a move now, where are you going to? Where are you going to?
Our host,
but it's been
wonderful.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not verse. I beg. I had small issue here technically, but I don't resolve them. Okay, so on a man.
You like Korodu, you there.
So on a man, me and you, we join travel for this lockdown period. How you take survive those waka them? How? Onome, can you hear me? Onome, you dey laugh, but you know they talk. I dey hear you.
No.
They form network. You get what you don't want to talk. Not everything get why. When he laugh,
Photoshop your smile, laugh, but we not to see you.
Leave when he laugh finish, he go talk. Leave make us whether I could feel laughing. Make us whether I could feel laughing. Whether I go feel laugh 15 minutes end the show. When you laugh finish, you talk. Would they wait you?
No, off in data.
It's off your data.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Would they hear you on the man? Not do why you hear. Would they hear you talk?
We can hear you talk.
Okay. My high point of this lockdown. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Would they hear you talk?
Talk.
Report
my
yourself.
My high point of this lockdown are watching Money Heist.
Wait till be that.
It's not concern you, Reverend. No, you're not.
His network is terrible.
Reverend, no. Reverend, no.
His network is not good.
His network is not good.
Say thief from my house.
Oh. I remember. No, give us that gist. Please give us that gist.
Okay. I hope network not going to embarrass me.
Oh, no, give us that gist, I beg. People need to hear that gist.
Did they hear me? Did they hear me?
Yeah, very low.
So one night around 1 a.m., I hear noise from my compound. Because they stay face me, I face you. I can't hear the alarm of my security fence. And then I found out that thieves had entered the compound. So I tried to be the Onome of Uniden. Wow. And we apprehended them. And
doesn't work anymore.
Hold them down. And I carried one of my cars, the truck, and I started passing their leg severally. Then after that, I asked my cook to make them lunch. They made them dinner rather. They made them eba. And while they were eating, I started rubbing tear gas on their face. And then when we finished with that,
you never change.
And then when we finished with the tear gas, we now gave them Bible verses to read. After they read the Bible verses, we now started flogging them with koboko. After flogging them with koboko, we now brought them to wash. After they washed the clothes, it was past 3. And I carried them to Aja police station. And this is the interesting part. I got to the police station and I told the DPO that I caught thieves in my compound. And the DPO told me to bring them. And they brought this and the DPO looked at their head and said, Oga, you don't nearly kill them
go hospital.
You go treat them for hospital first.
Go treat them first.
When you treat them finish, bring them back.
Come on.
When you bring them back, you try and go panty. You come up from my job.
Hi. This country.
I said, DPO. I can't keep work on me. You say, man, go treat them. Yes. Say, because they're not to arrest anybody. Now I call my senior brother. Now I say, when you tell me make I carry these boys go police station, I tell you say make I shoot them, throw them, put for river. You say no. See what DPO tell me. Now Alibaba say, well, the deed has been done. Now I carry thief when I carry go police station, carry them go back. I carry this thief go know their house, drop them 1-1. I can't give them 50,000 for me. I call Rebel. I said, Rebel, see me see wahala, thief come rob me. Let me treat them, let me buy them food. I don't know their house. Now every morning they say that they come my house for morning devotion. Well,
can you imagine? That's a ministry now. That's a ministry. That's a ministry.
They give me Bible verse when I say they do morning devotion. I mean, I don't want to read the church again. No, I wait to happen without to call a share.
Hey, woo, okay. Notice where they happen now.
Try change.
For some of us for Lagos, like me, the days where I not drive, you don't hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Most of the time now, I know they like to drive. Most of the time, I know they like to drive. So I they like to enter, bus, make my wife they drive. You know, say women them. For this COVID, I notice say women, they more vulnerable. We na men, our skill transport. But then they not fit enter transport. So my wife now they drive the car we will get. Me and the enter bus. I notice say for bus now, some people they drop anyhow before they reach their bus stop. I can't discover say most of them they get cough. You get one particular case for Maryland side. As the guy enter, for Maryland Junction there, when you enter between Maryland Junction and Ikeja under bridge, the bus stop they reach like 2 Onigbongbo, Leventis, and one other one again. As the guy enter for Maryland Junction, he never even pass Emmanuel Junction. The guy don't say stop. I not fit telling the rest thing. I cough now the guy. Cough now olam. In stop before I reach the bus stop. Then I want to ask for this COVID. And if you notice some people these days, they cough more now. Once they wear nose masks, they cough more. For inside bus, the cough they increase. Now what I notice for this COVID. So I don't know for Nasha, then I waiting me, I notice. Okay, so Reverend, make I come to you. Make I come to you because we don't wrap up now. Time don't they come. Waiting be the one or two things that you can like advise, especially the married folks in our society, considering the kind of challenges that we've gone through in this COVID period. What are one or two just one or two advices that you can give?
First off, this period was a period that forced people to have conversations. It had where you want wrong go. If you except maybe they stay for a big house, maybe you get like 20 rooms or that kind of thing. Now go day. So last, you go talk to them. So, but I want to encourage that conversations should be deliberate. People often think that so me and this person they talk like we did talk before. Yeah, but you can be deliberate about it. You can bring up stuff that you want to talk about. So I think communication is very critical to building a solid marriage and a solid relationship. The fact that you and person married now automatically means everything be all right. You need to still put in a shift. You need to, and then sometimes some people they assume say if I marry I don't go lonely again. The loneliness we dey for inside marriage not bad pass one day for outside. Because one day for outside what they do you, but the one we dey for inside marriage you don't know what they do you, because if you even they try to tell people say I don't know I'm feeling lonely, they think say something they worry you. So I want to encourage therefore for people to talk more with themselves. And one of the things I think I've learned in the process of time, especially what I'll call conversation downers. You want to talk with your wife or you want to talk with your husband, but you notice that maybe when you are talking, maybe the thing where they talk, they will call look like mumu talk. Once somebody look you one kind, maybe look what they talk, say this is your talk, my mom talk. But even if you don't talk, come off from mouth, but they for an eye, they tell you say your talk now mom talk. Only you go to advise yourself when you want to talk another day. You go to reason it and say this talk I want to talk. So the thing hungry me talk, but if you listen to mom talk for this other person, so you go tell us maybe make I just keep quiet, me not talk. I always tell people that conversations that turn out to be great conversations are conversations where without prejudice, where each party in the conversation or in the discourse do not carry you do not judge the other person. You don't, and judgment is a very funny thing. So you'll not be like so if you just be one smart thing, say, which can't you tell me so? I need to reason with, but so I'm going to just tell you, they'll just say, which can't you tell me
exactly.
So? Sense this so. But now, wow, not vessel, Mr. Sensible. Next time I go, they hold my mouth. So
in school, we call that prejudice and bias. Those kind of people, we know if you follow them, talk plenty.
No need. No need.
Okay, so I before I go to Onome, because basketball now don't vanish, don't dissipate.
It connect Onome network.
Before I go to Onome to close, before we close, because time is already fast spent. I noticed, Reverend, I'm talking to you right now. I noticed that during this period, this lockdown period, we had a lot of cases of suicidal tendencies. Also, some were manifested. We had a lot of issues and all that. So, from the spiritual perspective, this lockdown, do you think there's any spiritual undertone? Like, did it like kind of sanitize the system, or it added more problems to the society?
In life,
or the 5G.
Don't go outside though.
Don't try me come outside though. Go tear my lace.
I want to live long.
I beg I do. Get to so I don't say pass me. I mean, one thing is in life, what you might call a challenge for another person might be a sandwich. No matter not day. But one of the things that I think we are losing, as a society, is that with increasing modernization and urbanization, we are losing a sense of community. So that ability to stay connected with people and for them to trust us with their inner thoughts and their feelings, for them to be able to open up, to us before they get to those points where they are either depressed or suicidal. Many times people don't feel like they can be honest or they can be themselves, because they feel as though if they open up to that level, it's going to come back to bite them. It's going to come back in a way that they won't enjoy. So one of the things I would say, from this lockdown period, it wasn't so much about whether those things were existing. They were existing. But yes, the lockdown itself exacerbated much of that. And the reason why that is so is because when you don't have an opportunity to move about and maybe to like mentally or emotionally vent, they do everything like pressure cooker. You can blow up really easily.
True.
So, I also tell people, you want a friend, be a friend. And that's what Bible talk. And Bible say, it's expected of, that if you want a friend, that you should be friendly.
Yeah.
So, so you to reach out to somebody where it needs you. Not behave like person where they always want to collect, they always want to collect. Bad is a bad way to be. Sometimes the person you're reaching out to today is the person that will lift you tomorrow. And it's not as though you're doing it with an eye on, okay, make I help this guy so that tomorrow it will help me back. But you just never know how life plays, Somebody will be your smallie today. Tomorrow, it will be the best way it will help you.
True.
But even the very process of reaching out to help or to, to share the little that you have with someone itself can be very healing. It can be cathartic. It can bring you a sense of emotional wellness. You know, there are people who, when you know that if something happened to me today now, if something goes wrong, this family, that person, this person, you go touch them. So it gives you the mind to, when you go bed, you want to wake up, you know, you're like man on a mission, you know, things there what you got to do. And on a final note to wrap up, in case you listen to Onome's testimony, please don't do like he did. Don't go catch thief. Not a mistake the mask where they wear the Zoro. You not be Zoro now for COVID. You understand? Everybody not be saying this is not you are not be Zoro. Not going to do other stuff. You not be saying the person with the try pursue now can go knock you hammer or something like that.
Now make all those adverts them. When they don't sell this thing in the computer and say don't try this at home. That on the make case. Okay, Onome, before I take your final word, the way the matter can't go today, I didn't really have time to, talk about myself. But just in 30 seconds, let me just tell you one or two things. This period of COVID, lockdown, and all that, I was actually cooking. I run a restaurant, Niger Delta restaurant, Docker's Delta. So I was cooking. Now that period, now I begin cook, constant cooking. With different sizes of bowls and all that supplies. So the lockdown kind of favor us. It favor us past some people where they complain. Me, I not get reason to complain. The only thing we say, my landlord for my shop, another COVID never finish. You don't stand. The Oga may just pack well. So from house now, I dey supply a lot of people. I know they shop. I dey supply people enough. Families, they call me. So now advantage for me, I don't want to talk much because the time is fast spent. Onome, your final word for us. Let's give you 30 seconds as well. Your final words for us.
Okay. I'd like to end with this. I have a friend who is called Kambiaka. He entered a bus from Lakwe to Aja, and by the time he got to Alasia, he had a very strong cough. He wanted to cough, but because of this COVID matter, he knew that they were thrown at him in the bus. And Kambiaka come down for Alasia, cough straight from Alasia go Aja. Before they go beat him, say he get COVID inside bus. So I just want to end by saying the lockdown period gave us insights into life from a different angle, and Reverend became very, very clean. It united us more. And okay, we traveled together. I lost an uncle and an aunt who are like both my parents. We went for those funerals. I traveled a lot during the lockdown with my pass. I could go interstate. I thank the DG of NTA for giving me that privilege. Finally, I want to say it just gave opportunities for friends to really reconnect and for more communication skills to be bettered. We learned how to communicate better with ourselves, and it also helped to rest. I think God has used the lockdown period to elongate our years on earth. With a lot of us who have good health now know how to drink ginger, garlic, lemon, lime,
True.
Native
doctor now. Native doctor. Native doctor. You follow Onome enter motor for lockdown period. Now native doctor. Ginger grinded. This grinded. Native.
But
if you say I'm healthy, I'm very well. So that's the benefit.
All those things we person in shop. So all those things, doctor. My concern for all these things. Say the thing where you fear may not kill you. The thing where they chop, so if it kill you. So
no, Reverend. Ginger and garlic now part of food one would they eat. I just like to drink.
No,
is it your drinking?
No.
Okay. My studio time is up. My studio time is up. We can't take more than this. We've already spent 1 hour and 9 minutes. Before they said they're not gonna give my susu. So this is not part of my assessment and appraisal. So I need to end this show right now. Okay, so on the final one for me again, my wife during this lockdown asked me they advertise my food, they sell my food. My wife they get certification. So as we did, if there's some CV now, my wife some CV now. I believe my wife will be my boss in the office. So thank God say, since I resigned from bank, since 2011, I tell myself I don't want to work again. Before my wife come talk to my boss for office, go give me query for house, go tell me, say, sir, I don't want that kind of relationship. So I'm going to end it all here. So we could have created more time for us to talk, to laugh, to share together. But of course, in life, there's a time, to start something. There's time to come to the end of a thing. Everything has beginning, and everything must surely definitely have end. So we've come to that end. House of Praise, thank you so very much. I don't know how to explain it. You guys are doing so well. The creativity, House of Praise is a church, but you've been able to break that barrier, and you're able to bring ideas, initiatives, creativity to the church, and you brought this to us. Thank you so very much. So on behalf of the studio of House of Praise, I want to say thank you. Onome, thank you. Reverend Odi, thank you. Pastor Mount, thank you. Even if you not still reach the end, your network disappointed you. Sorry for that outbreak. Thank you so very much. My name is Dokel Magomi, so I'm going to sign off from here. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. God bless you. Peace.
Peace, bro. Peace.
Everyone is created special, unique. There's only one you, and God has never ever created a nobody, because He has deposited something inside of you that is different, that is unique, that is all yours. In House of Praise, you find expression to display that uniqueness, that special thing that God has deposited in you. This is a place where you display your talent. This is a place where you display your expertise, and you express yourself in service and worship and praise to God the Father. House of Praise is a place of deliverance, of salvation, and cleansing.